Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. As promised, this is the reflection video part 2 for chapter 1. Okay, in this video, I'm going to continue our reflection on chapter 1, which will cover the trifecta, corporate IT as glue, strategic aspiration, and IT sensing. Okay, before we start, I think it would be good if we recap what have been discussed in part 1 video. Okay, the first one is IT sensing, sensing IT and strategy to align the technology with business strategy or company strategy or corporate strategy. The second one is red queen competition. Okay, um, the effort in using IT technology that can help improve the company's operational capabilities so that it always in the competition and not left behind. Okay, the third one is an IT portfolio, which consists of three classes of IT assets, IT apps, software programs used by individuals in your company's line function for their core activities, IT infra, which is a technology foundation that connects all the apps in your organization, which is the network which is a network that enhances the flow of information. Okay, IT data is about to serve data for your company. Okay, the last one is 4 epochs of corporate IT. Okay, it is an evaluation of IT in business, which start with data processing epochs, PC epochs, internet epochs, and cyborg epochs. Okay, now we move on to the trifecta. Okay, trifecta basically is about the three IT-centric drivers that fracture the industries with which are digitization, infusions, and ubiquity. As you can see in this diagram, okay, it shows that the industry is fractured by the trifecta. Okay, actually from the textbook, the fracture here, okay, the fracture here is referring to a crack that heals the changing industrial structure. I think the term used sounds a bit weird. So to make better understand, in simple term, the trifecta is changing the structure of an industry into a much better way. Okay, the fracture here means all the old traditional ways. Okay, now we go details one by one. Okay, the first one is digitization. Uh, digitization is about digitizing a product or service. Okay, for example, in printing industry, books and magazines nowadays are being produced in a digital format instead of a paper. So digitization has changed the product offerings from traditional way, which is paper-based, to paperless. Okay, I will explain further on the digitization in the next slides. Okay, the second one is the second centric driver is infusion, which means backing software into a product service. Okay, it is referring to the software product itself become the services. You can refer to the slide 17 in Sensing IT and Strategy, which can show you how software content in products is growing rapidly every day. Okay, for example, watches, door locks, toilets, thermostats, refrigerators, coffee makers, and even light bulbs have a software content. Okay, Infusion also can make some of product function not to exist outside the product itself. For example, um, Rolls-Royce, one of the large producer of aircraft engines, it has no longer sells jet engine, but now sells a service metered in hours than an engine is actually propelling a plane. Now you see how Rolls-Royce use software to generate more revenue via services, not by selling products which is jet engines. So theoretically, service business have a greater long-term revenue potential because service create an ongoing revenue stream. Um, Business value drives pricing, unlike product which is driven by adding markup to cost. So they can easily lock in customers. Okay. The last one is ubiquity. Mm, is about the availability of internet connectivity. With cheap and fast internet connectivity everywhere and anywhere, people can communicate across large distances. Uh, and nothing much I need to explain because you should know this, right? Because you are using internet. I think that's all for the trifecta. Okay, we go back to the first IP-centric drivers, which is digitization. Okay, let us look into this diagram called digitization queue. Okay, this diagram tells us that how digitization has changed the physical industry into digital industry. Okay, in order to deliver any markets that offering product or service, it has a three dimension. Okay, the first one is offering, the second one is how it is purchased, and the third one is how it is delivered. Okay, a shift from physical to digital for any one dimension can disrupt your industry. Okay, for example, as I mentioned in a previous slide, in printing industry, books and magazine nowadays are being produced in digital format instead of paper. So meaning that industrial offering uh, is in digital. Another example is a product purchase. Okay, this one you can refer to your Starbucks case study. Okay, you can see how Starbucks build a mobile apps that allows people make an order online. This is how digitalization has changed the industry into how it purchase. Okay, you also can refer to your tutorial Netflix case study, okay, which is about how they move from transferring physical movie VCD delivered via lorries into transferring the movie files via internet. Okay, all the movies are transferred digitally um, at a remote site. Then they make copies at the remote site before sending them to the customer. Okay, this is show how the digitalization changed the industry on how it is delivered. So as a summary, I will take McDonald's as an example so that you can easily understand. Okay, what is a confluence of trifecta for McDonald's? Okay, look at here. Digitization has allowed McDonald's to disperse its purchase process, okay, which is geographically constrained are erased. Okay, for the second one, infusion, Infusion of software into the meal preparation process has made its coordination seamless. So the product now become services. Okay. The third one is ubiquitous internet connectivity has made McDonald's economically feasible. And you are now can make order online. Okay. Basically all these the confluence of the trifecta. Okay. Um, with my explanation and example, I hope you can understand what is the trifecta and its consequences. That's all about digitization cube. Okay, now I'm going to explain about corporate IT as a glue, meaning that the IT linking all business processes in the company. Okay, once you graduated and got a job, for example, in a large company, you will notice that non-IT and IT, they are not speak the same language. Okay, non-IT people always misinterpret what IT people tell them. So, you as a non-IT people should tell IT people what they need. Otherwise, the IT people will think that, what they want to think. Now, let's look at the functional activity that your future company might have and how it relies on IT to make it functioning. Okay, first, on the operations, IT can help in supply chain management, production management, product mix, and inventory optimization. Okay, in marketing, IT can help in pricing, analytics, marketing planning, customer segmentation, channels management, and metric for judging marketing effectiveness. The third one is customer service. IT can help in after-sales support, remote diagnostic, self-service portal, and online customer communities. In finance, IT can assist in managing capital asset and investment. For accounting, IT can assist in connecting operational transaction to managerial accounting metrics, bookkeeping. Okay, in human resource, IT can assist in optimizing employee assignments, payroll, and recruitment. For sale customer, IT can assist in relationship management, social media, tracking leads, prospecting, ordering, and sales force monitoring. The last one is product development. IT can assist in design and delivery of products and services, crowd sources innovation. Okay, uh, these are quite a lot of activities that show you on how it relies in IT. Okay, so about the glue. Okay, um, it is about IT also should be the glue that connects your company with the business partners, okay, such as suppliers and retail channels, in order to create operational efficiency. So I hope now you understand how IT people become a glue to assist your company to make it functioning. Okay. So now we continue with the strategic aspirations. People always say that a journey of 1,000 steps begin with the destination. So your company must know where it wants to go before the IT can help you to get there. So your company vision should be conversed to IT people. Basically, the main reason why most companies are not prepared for disruption is because the non-IT manager is not a technology savvy. okay, meaning that they doesn't have a technology knowledge. So if you look at this, IT strategy requires vision and capability. Okay, IT strategy gets its vision from non-IT manager and get capability from IT unit. One without the other is a dead end. So non-IT manager contribute the business vision to what IT should achieve, and IT unit contribute the capability to implement it. And together, they transform IT from disability into weapons. Okay. So what is strategic aspiration? Strategic aspiration actually is about market positioning. Okay. For IT to help your company to accomplish the business goals, your IT unit needs to understand the business goal first. It is very easy to talk compared to doing. Okay, like I said earlier, IT and non-IT, they speak different language. So you as non-IT should help IT in order for them to help you. Your contribution actually can make a big impact to your company. Okay. Now let's take a look on the quadrant diagram showing US grocery store industry. Okay, let's say you are working in a grocery store company. So what is your company strategic aspiration? Okay, all strategy begins with two questions. Who will you target and how to reach the target? Okay, the answer the answer for your company's strategic aspiration is the combination of uh, who it pursues and how to pursue. Okay, which is put your company in one of the uh, four cells in the quadrant diagram. What I'm trying to say here is the way you put your strategic aspiration is how you put your company in out of four cells. Okay, meaning that you can pursue either mass market or smaller segment, which is a market segment, and you can compete by either being cheaper, which is a low cost strategy, or being different from your competitors to go for premium price. This is what we call a differentiation strategy. As you can see in the quadrant diagram, are these, okay, for example, uh, this strategy is to go with mass market and cheap. You can see it in the cell number 2. I think it is similar to Mydin in Malaysia. Okay, while if you look at the Whole Foods market is positioning its market in the fourth quadrant, which is a small market segment, but with a differentiation strategy. I think in Malaysia it might be similar with the cold storage market. So what else? I think that's all for the strategy expressions. How you explain about the company strategy expression on who it pursues and how to pursue. Okay. Mm, so last but not least is the Sing Sing IT topic, which is discuss. We will discuss after this. Sing Sing IT is about synchronizing IT strategy with operational strategy. I have briefed you about this in the first video. As you know, the company strategic aspiration is where the company seek to go, right? So the strategic aspiration should drive operational strategy and the IT strategy. Okay, the operational strategy is the tactical implementation of your business strategy, which move your company towards the strategic aspiration, and the IT strategy is the integrated sets of choice which define how your company will use IT to outperform or compete with competitors. So IT synchronization is when IT portfolio enables the execution of operational strategy. Okay. Okay. Sensing increase the overlaps among the three things. Okay, as you can see in this diagram. The first one is what your line functions want from IT. The second one, what the IT unit thinks they need. And the third one is what is feasible in terms of economical and technological. Okay, the less they overlap, uh, the more you risk throwing money at the wrong problems. So for the conclusion, determining what is right for your company is depends entirely on the contribution of non-IT managers to IT strategies. Um, Non-IT managers' engagement in contributing for IT strategy should be equal with IT team. I think that's all for the reflection of chapter 1. I hope you all can understand the role and responsibility of a non-IT manager in IT strategy and how to assist their IT team to achieve the company business goal. Okay, see you in the next video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.